Thank you for actually taking the time to have me interview you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So how's the con been going for you so far?
It's a really good con.
Is it weird being at a pony convention again after such a long time? Because you haven't been at one since like
12, 14 years.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. No, it's not weird at all. Brony cons have a very different energy than the multimedia or Trek conventions that I go to. So it's I find it kind of refreshing and exhausting.
What sparked you coming back to Brony conventions? Just you got a call and you just like, sure, why not? Or
I think I was going to do this convention before, but I had perhaps it was a sailing trip, which was a really involved expedition, quite frankly. Sometimes work gets involved where I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So it isn't as if I've purposely stayed away. It's just if they work out. And then also there's just a matter of how many of these I'm going to do.
Yeah, because they can be tiring after a while, right?
Right. You know, it's a whole weekend and you know, there's just all sorts of scheduling issues.
I wanted to give you my compliments for the Friday night panel that you did last minute. It was really great.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure you're getting tired of asking the same Discord questions over and over, right? And who's best
but
pony?
Go ahead. Ask away.
Okay, sure. Well, here's an interesting one.
I'll be the judge of that.
So, as you've been exposed to Discord's character more often, and you know, it's not just like you forget the lines or you go in there. Has your understanding of him changed? Has he grown on you more? Is he more of an entity than he was just doing a job? Or?
Well, the character, I've only done 5 from what I understand. And the last one I did was about a subject matter that I thought was really interesting, the issue of jealousy. I don't know what the next one is going to be about. Those are the things that interest me about the character. Because I don't play the character except for the couple of hours that I'm in the studio. It isn't as if it stays with me. But I really do enjoy listening to people's reactions afterwards.
You haven't been on Twitter in a long time. Are you any interest in going back to that, or just like whatever?
Well, I'm supposed to say that
What is it?
Twitter.
JDL appearances.
Okay, JDL appearances. The notion of just getting on and spending part of my day chit-chatting in whatever it is, 100 words or less. Is it 100 characters or
like
less?
That.
Or something like that. Is not really appealing to me. I did it for the short period of time during which we were producing the documentary. And, you know, maybe in the future I have a job coming up which might require it. But just as a manner of speaking, I'd rather be staring out the window than talking to somebody I don't know about something I'm not interested in talking about.
You know, you don't have to respond to everyone who tweets at you, right?
Well, or no one, actually.
So you're really into classical music, and your dad was with the orchestra.
Yes.
Did you get interested in because of him, or was it just something that grew on your own, right?
Well, I lived in a family which was heavily immersed in classical music. So I ended up, by the time I was left home, I had gone to hundreds of concerts. So in that respect, it was a matter of upbringing. But I also enjoy classical music, so I listen to it.
So it just stuck with you?
It did.
Cool. And then same thing, but with sailing.
Well, I started sailing when I was really young. I started sailing when I was 10 years old. I went to camp, and they had a sailboat there, and I ended up doing a fair amount of sailing, and I've always maintained that. I've always.
So is it therapeutic for you, or is it just you like the adventure aspect, or?
Well, it's many things. It's fun. It gets you out of your head. I mean, it gets me out of my head. It's a little dangerous. It can be very dangerous, actually. I don't know. There are lots of things about it that I like.
There were rumors that you'd gone to sea to fight the pirates. Is that true?
Fight the pirates?
Fighting pirates.
Yes, I fought many a pirate out at sea. I was able to take over a couple of ships, but I don't really want to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should have seen the other guy kind of thing, right?
That's right.
So you've been doing a lot of projects lately, like with Mr. Wolf. I know you always do kind of theater things, but what attracts you to those kind of things specifically?
My life is as of an actor, so I do voiceovers sometimes, and I do plays sometimes, and television / movies sometimes. I write. I stay firmly involved in what would be considered the arts. There would be nothing worse than having to go every day to play Discord. Just like I wouldn't want to go every night to have to perform in a play. That's just sort of road work.
Yeah.
So for me, it's the variety.
It keeps you on your feet. Are you still proud of the documentary and you think it still had a great impact on everyone? I know you've talked before about, bringing people over to dinner and having them change their minds as far as how they viewed the subject and things like that. But I was just going to ask how your overall experience. You seem pretty positive about it, so.
Yes, I am. I think that it took it out of the shadows. It gave bronies an opportunity to identify who they were before others who were less favorable and who were actually mean-spirited identified who they were. And that's probably the main reason for the documentary. That was the reason that I decided I wanted to do it. Let these people get an opportunity to say who they are before we have clowns on Fox News identify them. And that's what we did. Could it go further? I guess so. I mean, I don't know, frankly, how much further it needed to go. And we filmed everything that we saw. And because we were so generously funded, we went to Israel and Germany and what have you, and we were able to show that it had a worldwide appeal. So in that respect, I think we succeeded quite well.
How about Nick's input in the documentary, since he was the brony person on staff?
Well, I mean, Nick's input was invaluable, and we didn't know it at the time. Mike knew that he had to start staffing up. Mike was the real producer of it. I was involved quite a bit. We needed to find somebody, so he found Nick. I just said to Nick, well, if you do a good job and are, on time and work hard, and it's the regular stuff, this will be more than just a couple of days. This will be maybe even 6 weeks. As you said, it lasted, in a way, it's trailed off now for like close to, what would you say, 2 years, 3 years?
It's actually 3 years.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So in any case, his perspective into what we were looking at was invaluable.
How is it like interacting with the community, not only just the subjects of the documentary, but like the community people, like Tombstone and things like that? Or I'm not sure, you probably didn't have as much of a hands-on experience with that, but.
Well, I mean, those people I interacted with, very minorly with. I mean, very, very briefly with hello, and, this is what we're doing, and, make sure that you're, whatever. The interface for me, which makes these conventions enjoyable, is that it does provide kind of a nexus point. So we do get to talk again about, the documentary, or we get to talk about, what the culture means.
Okay, so I'm sure are you confused about the video, and do you even know what I'm referring to? And
No.
Okay, so a little while ago, maybe about 2 years ago, I saw the documentary. It really kind of inspired me to join the fandom, and I wanted to have a way to give something back to you. So I got this huge team. There was like 30 people in this video, and we did like a continuation of the animated segment from Let's Go Meet the Bronies, where we expanded it to have community figures in it, and I like sing a song and do things like that. And then we, as the crew, kind of thanked you at the end, And it took like about 9 or 10 months to produce. And the video did really well. It has over 500,000 views right now. But yeah, the issue was you hadn't seen it yet. And we figured it would, after it was launched, then it would get to you somehow because the magic of the internet and all those good things.
And Twitter.
And Twitter, yes, and
Right.
Twitter.
There we go.
I wasn't sure because you weren't using Twitter at the you weren't using Twitter.
Right.
So this went on for it got released last June-ish, and then it went on. It's been going on, and we've been trying things and stuff. So I just decided to come and give you this video, and thank you, John Lancie, for everything you've done. I love how you but you support it so fully, even though you're not really into the show itself. So we decided too that we were going to collect these letters because the Letter Celestia project, if you remember, we were like, well, let's do a John Lancie thing similar to that. So we actually had this Letters to Discord campaign. We actually got like over 200 letters, and I have the letters right here, and I have a few other gifts that people sent in with their letter, as well as we have a flash drive with the video on it, and then we put all the Discord episodes on it in case for your convenience.
Oh, great.
And so here's the bag. It's kind of a big bag, so you can either take it take it with you now, or Nick can take it and just drop it off at your house later.
All right. And I'm anxious to look at these letters. Oh, here they are here.
Yeah, they're letters, and there's
Have you read them?
No, we scanned them to make sure they were appropriate, but that was about it. There's also a few drawings in there too. There's all sorts of fun stuff. And then if you look, there's a little package that has a sculpture of like Fluttershy and Discord that I thought was adorable.
Oh, well, great. Thank you. That's really sweet of you.
No problem. So I don't know what that is. We just got that in the.
It's a hoagie. It's an old hoagie. This will be great. Hoagie is Philadelphia. And what is this?
That's the sculpture. If you want, you can open it.
It's ticking.
I don't know. Can you hear the sea
So
with
you're
that?
asking me to open it? All right. Well, thank you. It is. You should explain that this is, even though this is 11:15, it's been a hard-going. Everybody has been playing really hard at this convention, which is really sort of one of the fun things about it. But I too feel like I've been playing hard, so I'm like,
Yeah, they've really had your schedule pretty full.
They had my schedule very full. All right. Well, thank you very much.
No problem. Oh, well, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
By the way.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So you tired of me yet?
I'll tell you in 15 minutes.